Welcome everyone. This is Dr. Mark Pritchard and I'm down in Hillsboro, the home of the Hillsboro Hops, single A short season club that used to be the Yakima Bears. And we're fortunate enough to be here with one of our alumni from Central, Juan Huitron, who graduated 2011. So a couple of years now out in the workforce, and we thought we'd get Juan on camera here to talk a little bit about his experience in business and certainly working for a franchise, and wondering if you can just tell our audience here, Juan, what sort of things got you to this place?
All right, thank you. Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here with you again. I was, as Dr. Pritchard mentioned, 2011 graduate of Central Washington University, part of the first graduating class of the sports business program, the Northwest Center for Sports Business. Now, as you said, I'm in. This is going into my fourth year total for in professional baseball. Started as an intern with the Seattle Mariners, and now going into my third year here in Hillsboro with the Hillsboro Hops. As you mentioned, the former Yakima Bears. I spent 1 year in Yakima in 2012, and then was able to come down here with the team and sort of start anew with the franchise here last season. New stadium, new name, new logo. Got to have a part in all of that, which was incredible for me. I don't think it's easy to get an opportunity to kind of bring a new team and a new expansion franchise to a new area, especially one as great as the Portland metro area. We were pretty lucky to be able to take the place of the Portland Beavers, the team that was previously down here in Portland. It's been great. It's been sort of year one especially was sort of a blur. We came down here, knew that we were going to have a lot of community support, being that it was a new franchise and people had missed having baseball in the area. But it was on us, especially this season, to keep those fans coming back. You guys, taught us about the honeymoon period it is for sports franchises, and we wanted to make sure that we build those loyal fans in year 1 and 2 and 3, so that they keep coming back for years to come.
Okay, that's great. So you're originally from Ellensburg?
I am. I graduated from Ellensburg High School now in 2014. 2004, excuse me. 2014 is now 10 years. It went by so quickly. But I'm from Ellensburg High School, so I grew up in Ellensburg, Washington there. Having Central Washington in my backyard was great for me. For a lot of students out there, especially for my family. My older sister was the first in our family to go to college. But having the university there, like I said, in your backyard, it seemed like it was easy to get to. It was just across University Way, so it wasn't didn't seem so distant as it would have if we would have not grown up in Ellensburg there. Right. So education was an important part of the entire community, being that it's it's got a Division II university there, and it became a major part in our family as well. So we were all able to attend Central and then move on from there. My family and my younger brother actually still lives there now. But the older sister and I have moved away.
So Juan, could you talk a little bit about how did you get into business, and then how did you get into sports business? How did that all happen?
Well, I initially went to college, community college, to play baseball and didn't really know what I was going to do. As we've joked around a little bit, I consider myself somewhat of an entrepreneur. So I've always had ideas on I wanted to start my own business, or I wanted to develop a new product or something along those lines. So once I started to take a couple intro to business classes in my community college, I really thought that it was something that I was going to enjoy. And then I was able to join the College of Business at Central Washington University. When I arrived there, I still needed to take some prerequisite classes. And I feel like those classes really let me know that I wanted to be in the College of Business. There's a lot of tough classes, but they're also classes that teach you a lot and get you prepared for the major. So, I decided to go into the College of Business. At that point, I didn't know which specialization to really take. However, at the time, Roy Savoyne was the dean of the College of Business, and I just in chatting with him, he had kind of told me that there was a chance that there could be a sports business program that was going to start up shortly after I got into the College of Business. Just it seemed like a natural fit for me. I love baseball, I love sports as a whole, and to combine business and sports seemed perfect. So I was actually lucky enough to be at Central at the right time, right when the classes are being started. And we were, as I mentioned, the first graduating class, so I think that you guys did a lot of lot of tests on us to see what you would keep in the curriculum for later classes.
That's true.
Really, like I said, it seemed like a great fit to do business and sports.
Right. Could you talk a little bit about what you're actually doing here? What's your capacity with the hops, and perhaps some of the challenges of that, and maybe how college can perhaps prepare you for some of those challenges?
Sure. My official title here with the Hops is Director of Stadium Operations. Now, when I initially started in Yakima, I was an account executive servicing clients and sales and season tickets and group ticket sales. Now I've moved into a sort of a different role, but very, very similar. Staffs are so small in minor league baseball that everybody's selling tickets, everybody's doing some marketing and trying to come up with new promotional ideas for the season. But specifically, I focus on season tickets and group ticket sales in the off season. During our season, our 3-month season, I really focus working with our team for their local and long distance travel, their hotel stays. A lot of our guys stay with host families in the area, so I help them set all of that up. As well as working with our grounds crew guys and our day of game staff. So, during the season, we bring in a large day of game staff and part-time employees to help in the stadium with ushers and concession stands and, janitorial crew, different stuff like that. I get to work pretty closely with those guys, and we get to train a lot of those guys and do some interviews and that different process to kind of make sure that anything on a game day that the stadium is operating to the best of our ability. So it's a great job. I would say one of the challenges, especially for any team, I guess, is those season ticket sales. People can listen to our games on the radio. It's 3-month season. We've got 38 games, so they can make it to 3 or 4 games, and they can still be strong fans. But it's about really trying to convince those corporate partners and even the individual to come to the games and to use their tickets as much as possible. And again, another one of the challenges being in an area like Portland, especially in Yakima, is a little bit easier. There was not as much to do, I guess you can say, but in the Portland metro area, we have so many competitors, from other professional sports teams to just going out and wine tasting, whatever else it could be. So having those people spend their disposable income with the Hillsboro Hops is one of the main challenges that we face. But I think we're doing a great job so far.
Yeah, well, it certainly seems that way. You've had a pretty successful first season. Can you elaborate on what it's been like and what's happened for you guys down here?
It's been great. We've got the trophy sitting behind us. We were Northwest League champions this year. So to give that to the fans was amazing. The 2 playoff games that we hosted here at home, over 3,500 fans for both of those games. We handed out rally towels for both games. So it was awesome to see those waving around when the team needed a bump. But it's been great. We've had a lot of support, especially from the Hillsboro area. We are Hillsboro's team, although we're in the Portland metro area. We're not the Portland Hops, we're the Hillsboro Hops. So specifically for Hillsboro and for Washington County, we've gotten a lot of support. We love representing this community. We do our best to help the young kids. We had a couple of programs going through the schools for anti-bullying, and we do tickets for the young kids from the schools and stuff like that. So it's great to be a part of the community. It's great to give them a winning team and have something to be proud of. Yeah. There's not many teams out there in the nation that can claim that they have a league champion, in their community. So for us, again, not only giving the city the pride that they've got a team, but especially now that we're a successful team, we draw very well, and we were Northwest League champions. It's great to give that to the community.
Yeah. So where do you see things going from here? You've set a pretty high bar for this first year. What do you do now?
Well, we're going to continue to try to attract more fans and to try to make it exciting. As we know, we can control what happens on the field. So it's on us to make sure that no matter if the team wins or loses, that a fan or a family can come to the game, and it's affordable and it's family friendly and they're entertained. Again, they're not going to be spending that money here if they're not getting the entertainment value and really the return on their investment. So we keep our prices very low, even as a team coming off of a successful season, championship season, drawing a lot of fans. We're not going to up the prices immediately to try to make more money. We're going to keep it affordable for the families. And we're going to dream up of new giveaways, new marketing ideas, new promotions to make it fun. Minor league baseball, that's one of the great things about it. Very different than Major League Baseball. You know, in between innings, we've got crazy contests going on the field. We've got stuff before and after games that we can do here and get away with that they can't necessarily in Major League Baseball.
Right.
So we just continue to do that to make sure that when the fans are here, again, they're smiling, they're having fun, and if the team happens to win that night, great, and if not, they're still going home happy.
Yeah. What advice would you have for students coming up from Central with respect to their careers in business? How would you advise them? They're still a year or two out, obviously, from graduation.
Well, you know, I would advise them to make as many connections as possible at Central. I still keep in touch with a lot of the students from the College of Business and from the Sports Business Certificate Program. So you never know where those relationships can lead to. On the second note, I would say an internship is important these days. It seems like you can't catch on with any organization without first being an intern either there or with another company. For me, my internship was extremely eye-opening and was a tremendous benefit. It kind of let me know that this is where I wanted to be, and also let me know that, you know, it was very, very competitive to get there. Internships alone are tough to get to, so it gives you an idea of how tough it is to get a job in that industry. But again, in the College of Business as a whole, I would say to make those connections with the fellow students, continue to strive every day and, you know, every year to improve themselves and to actually learn the curriculum that they're going through. It seems easy at Central or in any university to just do whatever you need to do to get by and to get a passing grade. But I still use a lot of the stuff that I learned in the College of Business, and again in particular the Sports Business Program, every day in my career today. And if I hadn't learned that stuff, I feel like I would have been behind. But being able to come in and from day one, being that I had great professors at Central, from day one I was able to provide meaningful insights and help out in any organization I was with.
Okay. Juan, thank you very much for helping to give us a bit of an insight into the Hops success and your career having launched from Central, and wish you all the best for the next season.
Thank you.
Okay.
My pleasure.
All right, thank you very much.